Hello students, today we will be learning English writing skill composition, and in the composition chapter number 1 paragraph writing. So I want all of you to prepare a notebook for English composition, and whatever definition and whatever content I give you, that you have to write in that composition book. Now we'll see the definition of paragraph writing. What is a paragraph? So do write in your notebook. A paragraph may be understood as a set of connected sentence in sequence on a given topic or idea. It is a short composition or note that is complete in one paragraph. A paragraph is composed of a topic, sentence, relevant, supporting sentence, and a closing sentence. In order to construct a paragraph, the following points may be kept in mind. To understand the given topic or idea. Make a rough draft of the point to be covered. Frame the sentence accordingly. Frame the sentence accordingly. Arrange them in sequence. Arrange them in sequence. Choose the vocabulary carefully. And last is maintain appropriate punctuation. Now we'll go through the definition. See, in 4th standard, 5th standard, you must have written composition. In simple language, essay writing. See, in our lessons also, we have paragraphs. So, a paragraph may be understood as a set of connected sentences in sequence on a given topic or idea. See, if any topic is given, so the paragraph is written on that topic only, and each and every sentence is written in a sequence. Sequence means serial, in a line. Which word will come after another? Sequence means serially or in a line. It is a short composition or note that is complete in one paragraph. So, it is short composition or a short note also we can say. A paragraph is composed of a topic sentence, relevant supporting sentence and a closing sentence. So, whatever topic is given, so in the first paragraph we'll write what this topic mean to say, what it is, then all relevant supporting sentence to that topic we will write, and at last a closing sentence. We will conclude that paragraph writing. So, what points we have to keep in our mind? So, in order to construct a paragraph, the following points may be kept in mind. Understand the given topic or idea. So, whatever topic is given, first what we have to do? Understand it properly. What does it mean? What all idea can we write in this paragraph? Then make a rough draft of the point to be covered. So whatever topic is given, so make a rough draft. Write in one rough paper. Write down all the points what you have to write in that paragraph. Then frame the sentence accordingly. Then try to frame the sentence accordingly related to the topic. Then arrange them in sequence. Arrange them in line serially. Choose the vocabulary sorry choose the vocabulary carefully. Vocabulary carefully means in Hindi we say शब्द संग्राम किंवा शब्दांचा भरणा, and in Hindi what we say शब्द सूची. And maintain appropriate punctuation. Punctuation we have learned third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Now also we are learning full stop is the punctuation, comma, then question mark is there, inverted comma is there. All these are what? Punctuation marks. So now we'll take one topic and we will write paragraph on it. Now here write a paragraph on one topic I have given, if children didn't go to school. So on this topic now we'll see how to write a paragraph. So I want all of you to write in your notebook. School is a place, a home away from home, which some children like while others don't. It is a place where they acquire knowledge and information about various spheres of life. See, what is the topic given? If children don't go to school. So how we have started writing paragraph? School is a place, a home away from home. Now school is also one type of home only, because we spend our 5 hours in school. So that home, this school is away from our own home, which some children like while other don't. There are some children who like to go to school, and there are some children they don't like to go to school. They are lazy lump. We call them lazy lump, and they always keep on bunking. It is a place where they acquire knowledge and information. Now in school we get lot of information, we get knowledge, we increase our knowledge there about various spheres of life, how to live our life, how to progress in our life. All these things we get to learn. They learn to apply this knowledge and thus their personality are groomed. They learn to apply this knowledge and thus their personality are groomed. Groomed means whatever negativity is there, whatever bad things is there in a person, so that things will change their life. Means all bad things will come out and personality will be changed. It will become positive. If children do not go to school, they will not grow in intellect. Values such as caring, sharing, sensitivity, teamwork, dedication, etc. will not form part of their character and they will remain like unpolished stones. Such children may turn out to be antisocial, element and uncultured. Therefore, they may not be an asset to society and to the nation at large. Now see, if children do not go to school, if children do not go to school, they will not grow in intellect. Means they will not have the thinking power, understanding, values such as caring, sharing, sensitivity, teamwork, dedication, etc. will not form part of their character. So all this, they will not get the caring, sharing, sensitivity, teamwork, dedication. This is all part of a good character. So all these qualities will not come into that student, and they will remain like unpolished stone. Unpolished stone means any stone which is not polished, it is looking rough. When the stone is polished, it is looking very soft and shining. Such children may turn out to be antisocial element and uncultured. Means वो सुसंस्कृत नहीं होंगे. Therefore, they may not be an asset to society and to the nation at large. In समाज में भी वो खुद का इमेज नहीं बना सकते हैं और अपने राष्ट्र के प्रति भी कुछ भी नहीं. So this way we have written, if children didn't go to school, what will happen? If children go to school, what they will gain? And if children don't go to school, then what not they will gain, what they will lose. So the next topic is the importance of reading. See, reading books is a very good habit. If we don't know to read, we will not understand anything. So how reading is important in our life, that we will write in this paragraph. So reading is a habit that one can teach and impress as it has multiple benefit. So what is written here? Reading is a habit that one can teach and impress as it has multiple benefit. So reading book is a very good habit. We can impress by multiple we can impress by reading. We will know how to read the English language, will come to know the meanings, the opposite word, will know proper grammar. So lot of things are there. So as it has multiple benefit, उसके फायदे ये है. So meanings, opposite, and our English, the way of talking, it will become fluent. Reading helps to develop the power of understanding and learning. It helps to expand one's range of vocabulary and to sharpen one skill of thinking of thinking. Now what is written? Reading help us to develop the power of understanding and learning. So when we read, we we develop the power of understanding. We understand what is English, and we know how to learn each and every word. It helps to expand one's range of vocabulary and to sharpen one skill of thinking. So it increase the thinking power also. Vocabulary that also is improved. Means शब्द सूची in Hindi we say. One also learns the art of concentration. So one also learn the art of concentration. Concentration means what? Ekagrata. In Hindi we say Marathi we say ekagrata. So when we start reading a book, our mind will not go here and there. We will concentrate in that book only. Reading can be done loud or silently. Aloud or silently. Reading can be done aloud or silently. Both have their own benefits. See, we can read a book loudly also, or we can read a book silently also. Both are having their own benefit. By reading aloud, other person will not get disturbed, and if we read the book silently, if we read the book aloud, so the other person will get disturbed, and if we read silently, so other person will not get disturbed. So this is the benefit. There is always an increase in knowledge and a wider scope for intellectual development when one engages oneself in reading. So when we read, so what is the advantage of that? So there is always increase in our knowledge. Knowledge means gyan. Increase means badao. And a wider scope for intellectual development. Intellectual means ability to think and understand the idea. So a wider scope for intellectual development. Development means progress. When one engage oneself in reading. When one person is engaged in reading. So this way we have learned the paragraph writing. Whatever I have given you, this you all write in your English composition book and send it on my WhatsApp number. Thank you, all of you. Have a good day.